this apart, long overdue, and it's super beat up and it needs to go to the frame shop. So, trans is out, got the clutch out. This needs to go home to ACT for a refresh, rebuild. Got the bell housing out, drive shaft out obviously and stuff. So after I got hit by Castro, it did that. All right, the engine's out. So we're on the frame machine. All right, look, we're making progress. Positive day. And the front end dialed, the back end as close as we could get it. How's it going, everyone? We're back here at the shop, back from frame pulling. Car's pretty close, probably not perfect. It's never gonna be perfect again. Pulled the headlights out, the totally destroyed headlights. Notice there's a little bend in this here. Hadn't really looked too much into that. I guess that headlight's not destroyed. That one's broken the tabs again. I think I broke 4 headlights last year, all of which were just the tabs, but it's just real depressing because they're so expensive. Anyways, got some new ones ready to go. The right and the left. I'm real picky about headlights, taillights, so I run the OEM 97 and up, so just call them 98s, 98 headlights and taillights. I am going to work on pulling off at least the side skirts, front fenders right now. I had put side skirts on to mock up the rear plug, but then I realized it's more important at this given point to mock, like the rear plug, I kind of did it. Mock a front bumper, put a fresh bash bar on the front, and mock up front fenders. And the reason I'm saying this is because we kind of figured out what the livery is going to look like. We'll show you guys that in a couple of weeks here. But I need, for sure, at least 1 set of front fenders and a front bumper to be at paint. Well, those are harder to mount, let's say, and I don't have any extras. That's probably the main reason. These, obviously, they're already painted and wrapped as last year, but I can peel the wrap off. They can repaint them. They've already been fitted and drilled, and I have to cut that rear little pocket out for the smoke to go out. So, like, those are done, and I think I have another set, actually, or at least one more of one side. So I still got to mount some extra rears. And back here, I do need to cut this because this is in our way. I think I mentioned that before. So I got some cutting to do. Then I need to pinch this back together a little better than it is there, hammer this and kind of relieve it, weld it. But I was gonna do that stuff after I've mounted panels, get them to paint with Timmy so that I can move on with my life in the fact that he's doing that stuff, I'm doing all the miscellaneous, all these other things, and then trying to get some people to come here and help me in the next couple of days because we just need to make a lot of progress real quick on this car. We're not going to time lapse this. I'm going to start mounting stuff and I'll turn the camera back on and show you if I get it looking good after I get the front bumper and bash bar, and I'll show you what I did. You guys have been here with me before, but let's go through this all over one more time. This car just gets more beat up each year, so we got to make it do a couple more seasons. Then I have another plan for what's next. And you know, I still have that chassis up there, so it's always in the back of my mind, but it's a lot of work to build a whole nother Supra. I guess we could do it during the season. You never know. Let's focus on this. Headlights mounting, some brackets, and let's get to that. Okay, the fun has been going for days. So these are mounted. Those have been mounted. Some of these have been mounted. Headlights were mounted. This is the second set of front fenders mounted. We got 3 front bumpers, 2 front sets of fenders, same hood. Nothing's perfect because every year the car gets a little more tweaked. Not bad though. I don't think anyone's gonna notice a difference. I will, but you guys won't. Front bumpers with the Kevlar have gotten a lot lighter, so they're way lighter than previous years. Pretty cool because they weigh like, I don't know, like almost half of what they weighed before. Before we did like some fiberglass with a little bit of carbon Kevlar. Now it's carbon Kevlar and Kevlar. Still not exactly how I wanted to do it, but whatever. Getting better each time. I still got to cut some stuff in the back of the car and tweak the rear hatch. I've mounted the rear fenders, but what I need to do is like reposition the rear plug. And I'd like to have 3 rear plugs, if not 4. Since they have so many sharp 90-degree angles, they like crack easy. Yeah, I got to work on that. But the thing is part of the car is painted one color, part of the car is painted another color, and then there's vinyl in between. So the deal was I need the front for sure done so I can take it to paint, and I have accomplished that. So I can take these off, take it to paint. I think we're good there. And is my least favorite part of race cars is fiberglass or Kevlar, carbon Kevlar, carbon fiber. Just don't love that stuff. So we're there. That's it. I told you guys I would do that. We did that. I will circle back once we have more on the engine stuff and some of the other cool stuff. And yeah, so making progress, guys. Hi everyone, we're back on the Supra. So body panels mostly done. They've been removed. They're at paint. Hood's off again. Headlights are about to come off. Bash bar, everything else in the engine bay that you see will come off. Engine has been broken down for the most part. Yeah, we were here yesterday doing the engine stuff, and then today the goal is to fully strip down to just the gray metal, get everything else out of the way, subframes out, interior out, whatever's left back here out. And then we got David here. Say hi to David, everyone. David lives pretty local. There's nothing local to where the shop is because we're out here. He's in Ocala, so not too far away, and he said he can come out a couple times a week here and there over the next couple of weeks, so he's going to help get the car ready. So you guys will see more of him. We are going to try to get it on the rotisserie. Kind of a lot to happen in one day's time, but we'll see. It's just tear down, so we got to get everything apart. And then we can clean it up real nice, the best we can in the time frame we have. Start putting everything back in. Yeah, there's a lot to do, not a lot of time. So that's where we're at. We're going to start a time lapse, and I'll step in and show you guys where we're at every couple hours here. It's the end of the day, and Nick and Jake are here. They're trying to hide. Okay, so we did not make it to the rotisserie. We got close. Let me show you. Inside's torn down. Back is torn down. Still a couple pieces in the back. Still got the hatch and some miscellaneous in the front, but overall, we did pretty good today. So maybe the next 2 days we'll have it on the rotisserie. Still gotta get the rear subframe out of the back of this and some hoses and stuff. Then we'll figure out how that rotisserie works. That'll be cool. So we'll update you tomorrow with more progress. And Nick has some final words.
Rad Dan.
He'll do better next time. Alright guys, quick update here. Got the rotisserie out of, I kind of had it shoved in over here, rolled it out. I took the legs off of here. Down there they have like little stabilizing legs. I'll probably put those back on. Those are them. There was some boxed in pieces that slide on here and you can tighten down. Not going to utilize those because we don't have like a big footprint on the front of our frame rail, and I'll show you how we're going to attach it in a second. I've locked this lock nut down, but none of the other ones because I don't know how long I'm going to have to accordion this out. Got a lot of room. It can hold a truck even if you wanted. So we'll learn this together. Looks pretty simple. You can raise and lower this right here. You can also jack it up with the ram and then put the pin in there and lock it in. Let's head over to the car, see where we're at with the car. Fully blown apart in the shop. Oh, I got the rear subframe out and I need to show you guys. It is bad. Bad. Okay, so there's some stuff in the middle, but like a couple things on the inside. Not much, but you can see it. So we're just down to the naked chassis yet again with this car. Here's the plan. These base plates that like you see here, this is where my rear bash bar attaches to 4 spots. I've removed the middle to because that's where I want the rotisserie to connect. So I've taken a new plate, set it here, bolted it in that box in that I said I kind of trimmed up. That's going to land here. weld it on at least in 2 spots. I don't think it needs a whole lot if it's like a good weld. And then the cool thing is this piece will then be part of the rotisserie. Like I have a bunch of these plates. I do one side is threaded, one side's not threaded. Then I can attach things like this, like removable bash bars and whatever. So that will happen. Ooh, see this? That part of the chassis sustained some damage and a dent here. It even has that on the other side. Like it just got jolted. But when I look up under here, there is this on this side. I don't know if you guys can see that too well. There's like a little bit of, so I'm gonna sand all this down or wire wheel it. I'm gonna get in there and do some stitch welding, get it back up to snuff. I didn't see anything like, it got hit way harder in the back than the front. So anyways, now you guys have an idea. Rotisserie attaches to these plates. And then once we undo the rotisserie, those plates will kind of just be permanently welded onto here. And if it comes time and they don't work on the next car that I do lift up on the rotisserie, we can always cut this off, slip a bigger box. I don't know, you could refab some stuff pretty easily. So that's the plan. Let's go look at the rear subframe. It's bad. It's real bad. Okay, it's dirty. Yeah, car got used a lot and it's dusty. Look at that. I can get my fingernail in that, it's so deep. Full on cracked it right there. There's another hairline crack right here. You can get your fingernail in. And it's starting to come up this way. I did show you that that ear had just sheared itself off right here. So that's 3 spots, all kind of on this side. If I sit here and wipe this all down and clean it up and hose it off and make it look all beautiful, I bet you I'm finding like, who knows, 5 more cracks. Let's see, did it bend the front here? No. Oh, hairline crack right there. If you compare that hit to other hits in, let's say it was that S chassis or like a GT86 or something like that with like a little bit thinner body, I think the Supra would have been a done deal. So thankful that it's beefy in this case. I mean, it's a heavy car, which sucks for racing, but I'm thankful that I get to reuse it. So I think I'm gonna use that one. That's the one I'll use, which I made many years ago when I still lived in California with a shop over there. This one is another one I had made as a spare, and I also made a second one that same time that's gonna go into the demo Supra. So I just grabbed one off the shelf. Thankfully, I had already done that work. Still have to put all the arms over, but we're switching arms over anyway to the new WiseFab setup. So that's kind of the general plan. Let's get this car on a rotisserie so I can keep chugging away on it. The one last piece I gotta take off the car is the rear hatch. I guess you could put it on the rotisserie, then take it off. When I spin it upside down, I don't want that on there. And then I can go outside tomorrow, something like that, pressure wash it, all crazy, get it cleaned up, wire wheel it underneath the middle of the chassis, pressure wash it again, paint it, then back together. It's easy to say all that because there's going to be hours and days in there, but I just got to keep chipping away because we're down to like 6 weeks before I need to hit the road, something like that. All right, let's go. Did it. Still learning how to use the rotisserie. I don't think I have the center of the front section. So I think it's gonna, this is just my thought, it would pivot better the closer I have this T-bar to the rotating section. And in the front, I had it at a different height because the attaching points are at a different spot. So I might mess with that tomorrow before I try and rotate the car. So in theory, I'm saying like shorten the distance from this plane here to right here where it's going to rotate from, bring them closer together, which you can adjust here, but it doesn't adjust so well when the weight of the car's on it. So I could just put like, I can either go back to the lift and have the lift hold the car for a second while I switch this out, and then so this would come up closer here, but to get the same level height, I'm going to just have to go higher on the ram, I guess. I'll find out. I just need another guy here to help me rotate it, and I'm by myself right now. That's pretty cool to see it on the rotisserie. It's a cool tool to have. Wish I would have had it about 10 years ago, but whatever. Have it now. That's all I'm going to do for today. tons of stuff to do. The list is endless, but next on the list would be get the fuel line. There's a couple fuel lines, and then there's a couple other things in our way, and then I can roll it on its side so I can sit there and wire wheel all the undercoating off to make it just raw, like how the wheel wells are and the engine bay and all the other sections are. And then I'm going to start doing some touch-up welds and fix some stuff. I had a little tear here because when Castro hit me, he kind of bent this, and this was pushed down, and been hammering on that a bit. And I need to weld back here a little bit where it ripped when we were pulling it on the frame machine. But we'll make this old guy go again. What do you guys think? Pretty cool. All right, that's it for tonight. See you guys. Update. Right here, we got the FCSTX out of the car. Pumps are out. We got fresh pumps from Fuel Lab to throw in there. So this is a Radium FCSTX with a couple Fuel Lab brushless pumps that go in it. Over on these tables, you saw how dirty this stuff was before. Me and David have been cleaning. David's probably done more than I have on the cleaning. I got carried away with some fittings and some gasoline. So I wanted these things to look new again. And gasoline seems to be the easiest way with a brush. So did a whole bunch of those, however many are there. Doesn't look like a whole lot for today because guess what? We did something really cool. Let me go show you. I was working on it yesterday. Oh, that's how much weight we lost. I'll weigh that here in a second. I can weigh it with you guys if you want. Car's drying out here on the rotisserie, and me and David did probably 3 hours of grinding, and I had done like, I think 2.5 yesterday, maybe slightly more. But all the undercoating is now removed from the Supra. Thankful for that, but I should have done it a long time ago. And then we took the back half here and did black. It was mostly black already, but we just did it black so that when it comes time to clean it up, think about it, that whole thing is covered in rubber, and then you have rubber smoke everywhere else, and so it's like a haze of brown. So it's all black back there. This part was already black. We're leaving that gray. We did not repaint this section. We're not going to. It's far from perfect. The car's been hit so many times, but the paint's not that bad, as you can see. We'll clean the rear firewalls. Those are powder coated black. We'll get them a little bit dialed in, and we'll probably mask off and fix a little bit of this area with gray paint. First, we got to rip the vinyl off, which we may do tomorrow, who knows. These are brake lines, if you're wondering. I use foil to quickly wrap around to keep them from getting painted. So this is a steering shaft, another clutch line, and a couple other miscellaneous things have been taped off. But otherwise, bay was repainted, full undercoat was repainted. Car's looking clean again. It's starting to get a little colder, and it's almost gonna be sundown, so we'll roll the car back in here in a second, let it dry overnight, and we'll kind of start possibly install a subframe tomorrow, or maybe we'll be like cleaning those up and checking in for issues. But we were just kind of trying to get all our ducks in a row for all the parts that we need to install. So yeah, we made a lot of progress today and over the last couple days, so that's where we're at. Pretty excited because the car is slowly evolving, like maybe 10% from last time, so anything's better than nothing, right? And then we probably should have time-lapsed that. We did not, so you just get to see the before and after on the undercoating, but that was dirty work, whatever. You just imagine us covered in dust, nothing exciting. We will show how we're building the car back up as we put stuff back in, and what we're improving and what we're not, and what we're leaving the same, I guess. So that's it for right now. Catch you guys on the next section here in a little bit.